reporting, Donington in May saw a battle resumed between young and old 250 riders here in Great Britain. Julian Ryder catches up with how that's going on in round 2.
The scrap continues here with Robinson on pole. What does Newton make of his young rivals?
Jamie's going fairly well, and there's still a few little fireworks going on. The last European round, he basically wrote him off because he claims I'm too old, but we'll see about that in the race, eh?
Last time we talked to you, you weren't exactly polite about him. Are you two on speaking terms yet?
Well, at the end of the day, so you've got to get on to a degree, haven't you? But, you know, it's sort of... Young lads are young lads, aren't they? We know what they're like.
There's another new kid on the block, Chris Walker, and he lines up on the front row as well.
Chris is a good, nice, polite lad. I think he'll go places like, you know.
Nigel Bosworth's impressed by the youngsters, and Jamie Robinson in particular.
I think if it was an American, it'd have been signed up for a factory team by now, with an attitude like he's got. But I think, because he's English, he can't get away with it. But I think he's got a lot of talent, and I like him. I think he's going to go a long way. He does everything. He doesn't just ride the bike well. He presents himself well. His PR's good. It's just a general package is good, and I think he'll go a long way.
Chris Walker?
Well, I mean, he's awesome, isn't he? He's like, it's good fun to follow.
The older British riders being left trailing in the wake of the new breed around Brands Hatch.
We'll give it a go. The bike's getting really strong. We had a couple of setbacks yesterday, but nothing serious. We've gone a second faster today than we went yesterday. Just a case of choosing the right tyres, really, at the end of the day, I think, and just getting your head down. Being on the front row is obviously a great start, and we'll just make sure we get a good start and get up with the fast cars and just run with them, I think.
I'm real happy that we're on pole position. We've gone way under the lap record, and that's obviously confidence boosting for me, so yeah, I feel good.
Now, Jamie, we all know you should be in Grand Prix racing. We know you've got money problems. Are you anywhere near putting a proper deal together to go Grand Prix racing?
At this present moment, no. I haven't had any offers from Grand Prix teams. I've obviously fished around and made myself aware as much as possible to everybody that I'm here and I'm here to stay. But yeah, definitely, I want to go Grand Prix racing next year, and I'll do anything I can to get in with a good team.
The Grand Prix circuit suits me, and it suits the Aprilia, so yeah, hopefully we're in a good shout. I've won the last three races I've done here, so hopefully we make it 4 out of 4, all being well.
It's going to be hard because the young lads always want to snap at the old boys' heels, and the old boys don't like being beaten, so it's always good for a good race, I think.
You're right, the old boys don't like being beaten, but I have to sit here nowadays. 250 race, if you weren't able to be here at Brands Hatch yesterday to watch it live, this is what it looks like from our recording.
We've already seen a Jamie Robinson in pole position. Next to him is old adversary in British Championship racing, Ian Newton, the Lancastrian. Next to him, the first of the regular European Championship guys, Roberto Antonello, lying third in the championship with 1 win. Then Chris Walker, the Lancastrian, double wildcard in the Grand Prix 3 weeks ago. Leading the second row, Massimo Ottobre, second in the championship. Then it is Ferro, then Budino and the other Antonello as the grid gets ready. The third row led by Christoph Coogan, Luca Boscoscuro, then Steve Thorpe and Bosworth, the older of the British lads.
Well, Nigel Bosworth managed to make it. He's still injured, remember, and Bozzy, a stylish man around this Brands Hatch course. We've got someone starting from pit lane by the look of it there to the left of your picture as Jim Parker moves to one side with the red flag. We now wait to see when the lights go green, the red rise, and away they go. And an absolutely flying start there from the inside of the track. Julian, this 250 race is going to be a cracker.
Well, that's Chris Walker who's got the drop on him and heads down the hill for the first time. There he goes. Robinson, I think, fighting for third and fourth place. Number 18 is Walker. It is, and it's number 14, Jamie
Robinson goes straight under him at Druid. Well, Jamie Robinson, I said that was a braking area, didn't I, in that lap that we did a minute ago, but 14, Jamie Robinson straight under Chris Walker. A great start for Robinson, of course, and now he's going to tow well a bit Chris Walker around this Brands Hatch track.
What a brave move from the young Yorkshireman in front of the Lancastrian 23-year-old Walker next along. Can he stay with that? A brave move. I know they've got tyre warmers on. You must trust the heating of your tyres to do that on the first lap. Third place, number 23. That's Christian Budino. He started from the second row of the grid.
Slipstreaming then all the way down to Hawthorne Bend now, but it's Robinson that leads the pole man. Jamie Robinson, just 20 years old, cheeky as they come, growing by the minute. His mum's proud of him and so are we. He's been superb all year long. Bit of a do or die with with Ian Newton here, there and everywhere. Not a lot of love lost between those two, but Newton being the sparring partner for Jamie Robinson so often this year. So Robinson then through Dingledale and easing away now by 14. Chris Walker now under a bit of pressure from 23. That's Christian Boudinot, the French promoter sport Aprilia rider. But it's Jamie Robinson that at the end of lap 1 almost is already a mile in front.
Remarkable first lap from the young lad. He's been called other things by some of his competitors, but there's no doubt he's a remarkable talent.
Over the line then to complete lap 1. 22 laps to go. It is tough, aggressive Jamie Robinson at Paddock Hill Bend for the second time today.
And then it's Walker, almost a second behind already. Boudinot, Massimo Ottobre comes over in 4th place. Ottobre, one of the regulars in the championship. He's back second in the championship.
They're all over each other in second place, Julian. Absolutely all over each other coming out of Druids. So they've got along the Cooper Straight at the back of the pits now. Very aggressive Jamie Robinson as he enters Surtees corner. This little left-hander, got to get it set up dead right to get the power on, up and over the hill onto the main straight here at Brands Hatch.
What I'm trying to work out is where is Ian Newton? There he is, number 4.
Newton then making some time up. Massimo Ottobre on number 2 is right in the hunt as well. Underneath goes Boudinot. Boudinot goes through on Chris Walker. Walker goes back to 3rd place. Will Boudinot be able to do anything about the runaway Jamie Robinson?
Well, Boudinot's got loads of experience. Walker has been road racing for 18 months, would you believe? Quite an astounding, precocious talent. And let's have a look at the Robinson overtake at Druids on the first lap.
Pretty simple move, really. Chris Walker out on the proper line and has to sit up just a little bit there. 18 Chris Walker sits up because Jamie Robinson stuffs it straight under him and then just manages to hold the tight line. And this is what it's done for him. It's given him the break. He's at Clearways now through Clark Curve out onto the start and finish straight. And look at that. Jamie Robinson, well, he set the fastest lap already. 1:30.47 is the time set on lap 2. 1:30.47. That is underneath the lap record by a mile. 1:31.13 was the lap record. That was held by Ian Newton. So Jamie Robinson in absolutely red-hot electric form.
Well, just under 2 seconds after 2 laps, the gap between Robinson and Christophe Boudinot, who's chasing him rather forlornly in second place in front of Ottobre and Walker. Walker being pushed back from his whole shot to 4th place already.
So Robinson up and over the hill, out onto Pilgrim's Drop, and it's holding up for 3rd place. There is Robinson, 14 goes through. Boudinot is 23. He's in 2nd place. But 3rd now is number 2, Massimo Ottobre has got into 3rd place, and challenging like mad is number 22, Roberto Antonello from Italy on another Aprilia. So, well, good job Jamie Robinson did get away, Jules.
Massimo Ottobre, 3 wins so far this season in the championship. He's on a winning streak. Christophe Boudinot not quite so high up the championship. He's 3rd. Only a couple of rostrums for him, but lots of regular point-scoring finishes. So not a winner, but a finisher. Now, there's Ian Newton, number 4, still at the back of your picture. Now dicing with Walker, number 18.
Absolutely, Chris Walker there, number 18, dropping back into the grips of Ian Newton. Newton will be trying to wind this up. There's 20 laps to go still on this track. So 20 laps of the long circuit here at Brands Hatch. Leading, I remind you, is Jamie Robinson on bike 14. This is the battle for 3rd place.
Number 2, Massimo Ottobre. We're looking at him, Italian. You won't be surprised to hear on an Aprilia.
In fact, it's the battle for 2nd place, Julian. I'm surprised you didn't correct me.
I beg you, but I should have done that, shouldn't I?
So 23, Boudinot is in 2nd place. There's your race leader, Jamie Robinson, dropping down along the Cooper Straight up towards Surtees. After 3 laps, Robinson, Boudinot, Ottobre, Antonello, Newton on bike number 4, now in front of Chris Walker. So Ian Newton getting up to speed at last, but he's really going to have to do something if he's going to catch this race leader. Lap record time for Jamie Robinson on lap 2, 1:30.47, 103.46 miles an hour as a complete lap average. Not bad.
That takes away Ian Newton's lap record of 1:31.13. Ian Newton, Pete, has never been beaten here in only 3 meetings, though, on the long circuit. That shows you actually how infrequently this splendid long circuit is used for motorcycle racing.
Today, though, looks like being the day, but Robinson's luck hasn't always been with him towards the end of the race. 19 laps of this race, in fact, 18.5 laps of this race to go. It is Jamie Robinson that leads into Clark Corner now. And you can see there his elbow scraping on the ground. This is the man that wears elbow sliders. He heeled that bike over. So far, his elbows touch the ground. Such is the grip of a modern 250 racing motorcycle. Up at Paddock Hill Bend.
That was the end of lap 4, and he's 3.5 seconds plus in front of Boudinot, Ottobre, Antonello, Newton and Walker. Newton started from second on the grid, let's not forget, only, what, 2,000ths of a second behind Robinson. So Ian Newton's fluff start has really done him no good at all. Other Brits, Nigel Bosworth, second race back from that bad distance in 10th, Vincent in 11th, Steve Sawford in 12th. So there's some interest further down the field for the Brits, but the main interest is number 14, the 20-year-old Jamie Robinson, one of the most precocious talents we've seen come out of this country for a long time.
Since he started to win races, then that was all it took. Look at the gap there. It's incredible. That gives you it. He is out of Hawthorne Bend, and second place man Boudinot on bike 23 coming through Hawthorne now. Well, that's an incredible gap. Number 2 in third place, Massimo Ottobre, and he's under attack as well. So really waiting to see who's going to gain the advantage for second place. But Jamie Robinson is away 3.59 seconds in front of second place man Boudinot on bike 23.
Phenomenal stuff from young Robinson. And it's a good quality field he's disposing of. He's not disposing of them, he's destroying them at the moment. Don't forget, the rest of these guys are regular European Championship runners. Jamie does the odd one like Donington Park, but that's all he can afford to do.
Yeah, but Jamie Robinson, once he started winning out in the Ducados and mixing it with very, very good men, suddenly you realise that he could be a winner. He always thought he could, but then he knew he could, just into the Ducados, and now look at him.
Yeah, it's strange to say, but his first ever race win was at Donington Park in the Super Cup earlier this year. We knew well before that he was an outrageous talent, even before he'd started winning. As you say, now he does win. I think he believes it even more than he did before, if that's possible.
20 years old now, Jamie Robinson, the race leader on bike 14. We're looking at him. I remember having him into a Grand Prix studio that we had once, and there it is, the lap record of Jamie Robinson, 1 minute 30.42. That was set on lap 5, so he's going even quicker, even though he doesn't have to. I was about to say he came to my studio when he was just 16 years old, and that would faze most 16-year-olds in a television studio, but not Jamie. He was cheeky and as lippy as ever, and he's got worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He certainly rubbed Ian Newton, the senior member of the British 250 paddock, up the wrong way. There was definitely friction between those two at the start of the season. On the grounds, they both rode for the same Aprilia importer. I think the bosses there at the Stockport importers had a couple of quiet words with them. They have quietened it down a bit, but they do not like each other very much, it has to be said.
Results count, though, and at the moment, Jamie Robinson is the man that is fast rising through the ranks of world-class 250 men. Ian Newton, with the greatest amount of respect, and I have a lot for Ian Newton, is just slipping back a little, I think, nowadays.
It'll annoy Ian immensely, but we keep on referring to him as the veteran. He's 33 years old, he's been on the scene for a long time. There's not much in British 250 racing that Ian hasn't won. He's been a Grand Prix bloke as well. He's had a really quite... Here's his second and third and fourth place at the top of Paddock Hill. Still, it is number 23, Boudinot, the Frenchman, who leads from Antonello and Ottobre, the two Italians. Getting fraught.
22 Antonello has finally overhauled number 2 Ottobre. Newton is in 5th place. Walker is still in 6th. But this is the battle for second place. There is Newton. Newton now. Newton is making inroads into this, though. Watch out for number 4, Ian Newton. He's on the light blue bike behind these three, backing away. 23 is Boudinot. 22 is Antonello. Then it's Ottobre. And then on the blue bike, there he is. Ian Newton comes into sight. Ian Newton, he has real style, this man. He's held the flag for British 250 racing for so long now, along with Bosworth. And Newton goes through. Newton is up into 4th place.
Yeah, just gone past Ottobre. There he is, Ian Newton from Burscough in Lancashire, on the official Aprilia, the British importer's bike. Now he's got to hunt down the 3rd place man on the Aprilia in front of him.
He's going to do it. No doubt about it. There is 16 laps to go in this race, and Ian Newton is on the charge. He could easily end up 2nd in this race.
Yeah, it's a bit much to think he's going to end up 1st, but according to the screen now, he's 6 3/4 seconds behind the leader, Jamie Robinson. I can't see even Ian making up in 16 laps ahead. Not possible, is it?
We'll have to wait and see, because there is a long way to go yet. Jamie Robinson's not had the most reliable of machinery because of the finances involved to keep this type of tackle going all year long. And if Robinson's bike starts to cough, well, Newton's bike, we know, is always very reliable.
Well, I remind you of our Donington Park programme when we showed you the European Championship round here. Here's Jamie Robinson. He was leading then as well at Donington, having taken and retaken Ian Newton, but I think it was his gearbox that cried enough. What, halfway, three-quarters of the way through the race, it was a tragedy for the young man. It really was. Newton cruised off to a victory with a rather lupine smirk on his face on the rostrum.
Real style from Jamie Robinson. There he is then, 6.5 seconds in front of Boudinot in second place. Antonello is still third. Newton up to fourth, as you saw there. Otobre drops back to fifth, but still in front of Chris Walker, 8.95 seconds behind the race leader, Jamie Robinson. Let's take a look at the second and third race battle. There it is. Boudinot still leads it, but only just for Antonello. Antonello having a look. Newton, though, right behind them now in fourth place. So Newton on bike number 4 is in fourth place. And remains to be seen for how long. Not for much longer. Newton right in the hunt now. 22 Antonello has Ian Newton right behind him.
Roberto Antonello. We're looking at his brother Alessandro, also in this race. They ride for the same team, Heron Team SRL Aprilias. And really the Italian Aprilias, Keith, are starting to dominate this championship. You talk to the guys running especially Yamahas, which are not so quick, unfortunately. Steve Sorford and Jay Vincent doing very well to get their Yamahas where they have on this grid. The Aprilias are just the tool for the job. There's a pack of them.
This is the battle for second place. Jamie Robinson is still a mile in front. We're looking at the four-way battle for second place, led by Boudinot on bike 23, Antonello on 22. 4 is Newton, 2 is Otobre.
There's Newton right on the inside at paddock. Has he squeezed through? He has.
Yes, he has.
Third place.
Brilliant ride then from Newton. He goes through, but Robinson is getting further away at the front, I can tell you. 7.48 seconds now, his lead over the second place man. The man leading this bunch, 23 there, Boudinot.
It's just what Jamie Robinson ordered. It's, of course, a pack of 4 chasing him, tripping each other up as they dice for the minor leaderboard positions. 23.
Well, the man in second place at the moment, 23, Christian Boudinot, he's had fresh air in front of him for some time. So Boudinot, if it was capable of doing anything with Jamie Robinson, he would have been able to do it because no one balked him at all. That's Boudinot we're talking about. There he is, 23 going through in second place. Newton now third. Sorry about that. You know how I like it.
Oh, absolutely. Now then, number 2. There's Walker, number 18. Chris Walker still hanging on in there. He's 1.5 seconds behind Otobre last time round. Well, getting a bit closer there, so Chris Walker picking up more valuable experience. He wants to be a Grand Prix rider next year on either 250 or 500. I don't think he really cares which. We found the 500s a little bit easier than the 250s at Donington Park. Easier to pick up a couple of points in fourth place. Now, Boudinot. Number 23, still with a decent lead over Ian Newton in third.
Yeah, Newton couldn't really do anything about that. Newton looked like he was well placed. There he is, number 4, Newton at Clearways into Clark Corner, onto the start and finish straight, the Brabham Straight as it's called. Boudinot still in second place on 23. Newton never close enough to really make a challenge. We're at Paddock Hill Bend now.
And that's where Newton did the job on Antonello last time round, of course. So that's
Otobre now dropping off on bike 2 as well. He's dropping off the back of that. And Chris Walker, to me, looks like he's going to make a challenge on Otobre for 5th place very soon. Number 2 is Otobre. 18 is Walker. There they are at the back of this fighting bunch.
Interesting to see that the championship leader, Luca Boscoscuro, only down in 8th place. He qualified on the third race. As Newton looks at the inside, no room there.
Well, there was just about room, I think, but Newton, discretion was the better partner, but it's much up his line onto this straight. He looks down the eyes of number 22, Antonello, and Antonello should be in a good passing position as far as the slipstream is concerned, but Newton on the brakes at Hawthorne is just too good for Antonello, so Newton loses a bit of time on the second place man, 23. There he is, 23 is Boudinot. Let's take a look at Newton then, trying to make an overtaking manoeuvre here, up the inside at Surtees. Looked like he got it over and done with, but Boudinot, well, just slams the door across the front of Newton, and Newton was prepared to let him have it, but it mucked up his line onto the back straight. Newton remains third.
From the home of sports, this is Sky Sports.
Here's the punt up for second, third, fourth, and the rest coming through. Let's check them through. Number 22, Roberto Antonello goes through. 9.5 seconds behind in front of Newton, Boudinot, Otobre. And Walker is on the back of that group. Yes, he is, with the second Antonello. Antonello's now getting Alessandro Antonello, number 11, now in front of Walker.
Absolutely, Walker dropped back behind Alessandro Antonello. Alessandro doing what his brother has done before him, and that is 22. Of course, Roberto Antonello, who is still in second place at the minute. There he is, 22 in front of Ian Newton, number 4. There's the leaderboard. So it is Robinson leading Roberto Antonello by 9.4 seconds. Newton's third, Boudinot is fourth, Ottobre fifth, and Antonello, that's Alessandro Antonello, is in sixth place. Looking down the grid, there is Chris Walker in 7th place. Bosco Stiro, he is the championship leader, I think. There, Julian, I'm going to thumbs up that. Kogan is 9th, Jason Vincent is in 10th place. Nigel Bosworth still injured in 11th place, though, and Steve Sawford is in 12th, but 33 seconds behind Jamie Robinson.
Jason Vincent in 10th place, the first of the Yamahas. I'm afraid the old TZ not the most competitive of most on this level, unfortunately. Steve Sawford also riding the Yamaha, as we look at a brawling pack of Aprilias, and of course Chris Walker's Paget's Honda we mustn't forget to mention. This lad Antonello, well, both of the Antonello look pretty useful, don't they? Number 22 is Roberto, number 11, Alessandro Newton. Again, looks at the inside, coming out of clearways. Yeah, lovely move.
Good drive there. He just nailed the power on the little Aprilia and got underneath 22 Antonello and really just carried that impetus down the front straight into Paddock Bend. And Newton now back in front. Can he do something with it? Of course, the big threat here is number 11. Alessandro Antonello tries to get hold of Roberto Antonello. No brotherly love here. They look at each other. Hiya, mate. And through he goes. Alessandro Antonello overtakes Roberto Antonello. How many Antonellos can you spot here, I wonder?
Yes. Well, let's have a look at that again, because they look to me as if elder brother let younger brother through. Now, here's Newton first, though, getting lots of drive on the inside out of clearways. Drags past Roberto Antonello, number 22. The identical bike behind number 11 is Alessandro Antonello, who then nipped past elder brother at bottom bend. And this kid, number 11, Alessandro, has come from way back.
Well, I've got a shock. Eric Greer from France has put up the fastest lap. No, he hasn't. It's been retaken. So Robinson still has the fastest lap here. For a moment, I saw someone flash up on our monitor, and I preempted that a little bit too quick. I wonder what was going on. No, there's a big trouble there. Was that Newt all over the curbs? So the Newt right up on the curves at Dingledell. Ian Newton in all sorts of trouble. Antonello is through. So is Boudinot. Both Antonellos
and Walker.
So is Boudinot. Walker now challenges Ian Newton. Newton finds himself in all sorts of trouble coming down into clearways.
Looks to me as if young Newt, well, we can call him young, 33 years old, is riding the wheels off it. He's got a problem of sort. It's just lack of speed and he's overcompensating.
Well, he came up through Dingledell really, really fast, found himself bouncing off the curbs at the top chicane of Dingledell. And really, the thing is with 250s, once you lose your corner speed, you get about 4 people come by in these circumstances. Ian Newton perhaps getting a little frustrated by not quite having the machinery power that he would want here at Brands Hatch. And he's having to ride the wheels to stay in front of these Continentals, who have all got their bikes going very, very well here at Brands.
Yep. I think that's a pretty fair analysis, because Newton is normally such a smooth, stylish 250 rider, and he's just been overpowered by the Antonello brothers, Christophe Boudinot, Massimo Ottobre giving him trouble, and so is Chris Walker. Now, interesting to see how Chris Walker copes with number 18. He has done a European Championship as a 250 before at Donington. Didn't figure very highly. He inherited a place after some serious crashing. But I'm very impressed with young Alessandro Antonello, who's pushed the big brother out the way and is now going for it. Next along, Christophe Boudinot, who's been there or thereabouts for the entire race. He's off the rostrum positions for the first time. Ian Newton, well, now he's 10.9 seconds behind Jamie Robinson. That figure will offend him deeply. But second place man, Alessandro Antonello, only 9.3 seconds behind. So you can see how close it is for second to, what, 7th places. There's only a second cover in those.
If it wasn't for Jamie Robinson, we'd have quite a race in the European 250s, wouldn't we?
I think that's what I was trying to say.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not going to cross you with that one. But Jamie Robinson, who has cleared off in the lead, he is on lap 17 now, I think, with 7 odd laps to go. And, well, Robinson has a 9.23 second lead over second place man Antonello. That's Alessandro Antonello. And I've got to say that the gap has come down very slightly between second place man and your race leader, Jamie Robinson. But that's probably Robinson just really easing the pace very slightly. 6 1/4 laps odd to go for Jamie Robinson. And, oh, dear me, man down in the dirt. And it's Robinson, is that? Oh,
no, don't panic, don't panic.
I did. I panicked severely then for a second. I just got a glance at the helmet.
I think we have there Fernando Mendes.
32.
No, it's 32. It's Martial Ischer, the Swiss rider. Here's proof that Jamie Robinson is still on 2 wheels and still riding a remarkably mature race. Having the well, to me, it's just the pure concentration to race the track, as he's had to do from, what, lap 2? It's phenomenal for a 20-year-old.
Well, it's phenomenal, but he's got a lot of experience now. We've seen him going fast all year long. Once he took his first race win at Donington Park earlier on in the year, it was incredible how he went on. That's the gap then between, that is 11, and 11 is one of the brothers, Alessandro Antonello. He is in second place, 9.23 seconds behind Jamie Robinson. So it come down very slightly, but the Antonello brothers don't have an answer for it. Number 69 there, Andy Young. So Andy Young's Honda getting a bit of a zapping by Jamie Robinson. They know each other. They're not in the same race.
Having mentioned Chris Walker's wild card ride, we should not, of course, forget Jamie Robinson's 250 wild card ride on his Aprilia at Donington, where he finished, I think, 21st. I don't have the figures beside me, but it's certainly a good, solid ride from young Jamie against the best in the world. Here's second and third.
Oh, dear me. Out of the seat then. That puts Alessandro Antonello really well and truly out of order there.
Dear me, it's getting fraught for second and third. That's Alessandro 11. Roberto is number 22. Identical bikes, different numbers, of course.
Alessandro trying to make a break, I think, there, Julian, and that's the reason why he's so anxious to get the power down as early as he possibly can. See his left foot flicking for the gears there. Out onto the back straight then. It is Robinson to Antonello. Well, the last lap times there, 1:31.53 to Jamie Robinson, 1:31 dead, half a second quicker to Antonello. I think we already knew that from the fact that the times are dropping down. 8.7 now, the distance between Robinson and Alessandro Antonello in second place.
We're on lap 18. It's a 23-lap race. So we're on lap 19. We have finished 18 laps, I beg your pardon. We're on lap 19 of a 23-lap race. So Jamie can, of course, afford to lose half a second a lap in comfort and still take a win. But no one's told Alessandro Antonello that at the moment. There he is, number 11. Still, whoa.
Just sticking it in very hard there. The ripples of Brands Hatch where the short circuit joins the long circuit. You saw the front wheel of his bike there pattering away. Over the line then. He has now something like 4 laps to go. As far as I'm concerned, they're on lap 19 now with 4 laps to go. Jamie Robinson leads by just over 8 seconds. So the time is coming down lap on lap, but not quick enough, I don't think, for Alessandro Antonello and Roberto Antonello right behind him. There it is. 8.01 seconds is the difference. So Robinson slowing very slightly, I think, and Alessandro Antonello will know it. His pit board will have told him that he's closing on the race leader, but there are only 3 3/4 laps of this race left to go.
Well, my maths aren't really very good, but I can tell you that they have gained just under half a second on each of the last 2 laps on Jamie Robinson. The gap at the moment is, there he is, Jamie, he's 8.01 seconds ahead of the dice for second. There are 4 laps left next time round, so even at half a second a lap, they ain't going to get within stone-throwing distance of the lad.
Jamie Robinson then on lap 19, looking absolutely superb, controlling this race from the front, pole position, the fastest lap, a new lap record, and will it be the race win as well? Robinson Antonello, Alessandro Antonello, Roberto Antonello, Christian Boudinot, Ian Newton and Ottobre rounds off the leaderboard at the moment. Jamie Robinson comes across the line to start lap 20, so over the line goes Jamie Robinson. He's well on his way. We wait to see what the split time is now, back to second place. Any moment now, over the line, 7.2 seconds it's come down to now. So Alessandro Antonello is something like 7.2 seconds behind race leader with just 3 laps to go.
And the Antonello brothers went through paddock side by side that time with their pit crew down on the wall opposite the control tower, going absolutely berserk as only Italian pit crews can.
Well, I can tell you that Antonello, Roberto Antonello, Boudinot and Newton all in the 1:30s now. Well, Robinson set the lap record at 1:30.42 on lap 5, so that'll give you some idea of just how much the pace has hotted up back in that second place battle. There we are, Newton going very quick indeed, putting up a very fast lap last time round.
So we're on the 21st lap. We have finished 20 laps. It's a 23-lap race. And this mob here we are. Here are the Antonello brothers, numbers 11 and 22. And it's Christophe Boudinot who is really getting stuck in again. The number 23 I'm talking about there, Christian Boudinot, the Frenchman on the Promoto Sport Aprilia, really trapping on. There's Newton behind here, number 4. and then it's Massimo Ottolbre number 2. And like I said, it's the Antonello brothers, Bruno and Newton, who are really travelling 7.2 seconds, the gap between this dice and Jamie Robinson, the race leader. So, 7.2 seconds, 3 laps left. It's still not going to scare him, is it?
Nowhere near the time. So Robinson is over the line already. We wait to see how the gap has dropped again. So Robinson away, 2 laps left to go. 6.59 seconds now. Back to Antonello. Alessandro Antonello is closing by half a second a lap, but it's not going to be enough. There are 2 laps left to go now, I think, for this man. Jamie Robinson surely is going to take this race win here at Brands Hatch for the European 250 race. He deserves it.
Yeah, we're on lap 22. There's this one to go. There's another one to go in this 23-lap race at least. Yep, we finished 21 laps on the 22nd. One more to go. I've got to get this right this weekend sometime, Keith. As we look at the 20-year-old, this prodigious talent who was led from, the second corner when he dived under fast-starting Chris Walker and just romped away from what is a quality field, not just of domestic British 250 races, but of very, very well equipped in terms of money and budget, as well as bravery, Italian and French teams.
Dingledale corner, race leader Jamie Robinson, 20 years old, and has stamped, authority all over this race. Absolutely brilliant as far as his mature riding is concerned. He's not put a foot wrong anywhere. He forced it where he needed to earlier on in the race to pass, as you say quite rightly, Julian, at Druid, the second corner here on the Brands Hatch course. He's going to have 1 lap to go as he crosses the line now. Jamie Robinson just has a short distance to go to take this race win here. He's on the last lap. What is the distance back to the second place? We wait to see it come up on the monitor. 6.4 seconds, so no great inroads made there by, it's not Alessandro, it's Roberto Antonello now in second place. Alessandro Antonello goes back into third place, and we have them absolutely dead heated over the line as they start their last lap.
Well, we said that Jamie Robinson hasn't won that many races. He only won his first one back in the first Super Cup race this year. But of the few he's won, this is by far his most impressive. I'm glad we're able to bring this to you on Sky Sports, because we saw that dreadful little tragedy at Donington where we looked to the on for a win in the Europeans and his gearbox broke. There's surely some recompense for the 20-year-old Yorkshireman. And the 6.4 seconds, it's academic, Keith, isn't it? He's let them catch up at what's he do? Knock a couple of 100 revs off or what?
Just takes it nice and easy and doesn't push the front too hard. That's the biggest problem with Brands. It's a very front-endy circuit. You can lose grip on the front tyre and that's it. It's all over. You're washed out in the sand pit if you're not careful. We're at Dingledale. This is the last lap. A few corners, 2 corners left to be precise for Jamie Robinson to take the race win here. Quick recap on the Brit. 5th is Ian Newton at the moment. Chris Walker is in 7th place. Jason Vincent is in 12th place. Steve Sawford is 13th. And Nigel Bosworth, a great ride from him, in 14th place. And he's the last point scorer from the Brit. But Jamie Robinson comes out of Clark Curve for the last time. The checkered flag is ready along pit lane. Jamie Robinson takes the race win in the European 250 race here at Brands Hatch. Fastest lap, pole position, new lap record, and a great day for him. Roberto Antonello is in 2nd place. Alessandro Antonello is in 3rd place. Christian Boudinot, we think, will be in 4th place.
Jamie Robinson then enjoying the day out here at Brands Hatch. That was yesterday, Saturday. And Robinson there showing us his beautiful good looks up on the top of the podium. He deserved it in Donington, but he got it here at Brands Hatch finally. And enjoying the orange juice there. Jamie Robinson then the winner of the European 250 race here at Brands Hatch. That was yesterday. Not such a big crowd here to watch that, Jamie, but you must have enjoyed it.
Yeah, yesterday was perfect for me. The game plan just was perfect. We wanted to win, and it was so important to me after Donington.
Come a long way since you first came into the Sky Sports studio, haven't you, really? I mean, this year's really going very well for you. You finally believe in yourself now, and after the Ducato series, that first win that you took, I think, in Donington earlier on in the year, and now look at you.
I know, no, we've come a long way just this season, really. I actually got my first win at the start of this season, and that does a lot for your confidence. And you know, I've been real happy with the bike I've been riding, and yeah, we have.
Where'd you go from here, though? Where is your ultimate goal?
I'm not too sure right at the moment whether I want to go World Superbike or into Grand Prix, but whatever I do, I want to go straight into it next year. I don't want to hang about any longer.
What about the competitiveness off track? We always hear about this little battle you have with Ian Newton and the like. Is that all true? You really have that kind of competitive edge with the likes of Newton off track?
Yeah, definitely. I think with just about everybody in, you know, we're always fighting against one another, but that's all just a competitive nature that we've got. I don't think it's anything serious, really. If we didn't race bikes, I don't think we'd have it, but, you know, I think it's all good. You know, it's good rivalry and, you know, it's not a problem.
And it's likely to run and run, I think, in the 250s between Newton and Jamie Robinson, if I know either of them well enough at all with that. Well, we had another British winner this morning, live. You saw him here on Sky Sports, winning the World Superbike Championship. His name was Carl Fogarty. We got out amongst the crowd to find out what they felt about our world hero winning the race this morning. Superb scenes indeed, and our cameraman caught up with them out on the track.
Blew him away. It was nice to see Carl Fogarty get out and do the business so early on the day, wasn't it? I was very impressed. I was round Dingle Dale at the race, and it was absolutely superb. You know,